everybody? This is Sir Daryl from the Sir Daryl Radio Experience. Welcome to the After Radio Experience for, what is it, Monday, August 11th, 2008, where we just finished. Excuse me if I rest a little bit. I just finished a 2-hour show. So if I want to like lean back and relax, forgive me while I do that. But today we gave homage to deaths that took place over the last couple of days. Bernie Mac and Isaac Hayes. So we had to talk about that. And in speaking about that, somewhere over the freaking rainbow, I decided that I wanted to see, and this was out of the blue, if I could find a psychic that could agree to contact Bernie Mac and Isaac Hayes for me. And it took a few minutes. It took a while. If you want to see it, it's over there right now at SirDaryl.com. You go download it. In fact, you should be subscribed to it as well as you should be subscribed to this After the Radio Experience on YouTube. But you should be subscribed to the podcast. You should. Podcast. All right. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm freaking out here. I'm getting off the subject because the psychic was able to give us a lot of valuable information. If you want to hear the call, go on over to SirDaryl.com. But of course, we've got a sneak preview for you. Here's a moment with today's psychic. I would imagine someone like Bernie Mac, having just passed away, there are probably other mediums that are attempting to contact him at the same time. Do you know what happens? Like if you're trying to contact him and 10 other people are trying to contact him, does he have to choose who he's going to respond to?
Yeah, he would have to choose. And also, sometimes when a medium attempts to contact someone on the other side, they don't get any contact. So I'm just letting you know all the possibilities there.
Okay. She was covering herself in case it came up that she couldn't contact Bernie, or more likely, if we weren't buying the fact that she was contacting Bernie, then she could blame it all on us. Or she could say somehow the spirits were not aligned, or maybe Bernie got afraid so he could flee. But she gave us detailed information about what happened on the other side. Such detailed information that she offered up information that I didn't know. Apparently, they eat dinner on the other side, too. Do they see us, like, as we're in there and we're coming in and we're waiting to sit down, and I don't know if we're sitting on the floor or in chairs or whatever, but as we're doing this and we're about to, say, try to channel Bernie or trying to channel Isaac, are they looking at us and do they see us getting prepared for all of this?
Some of the time, you know, that's a question that is kind of, it can't be answered concretely.
Okay. Not concretely, of course.
Because, as I was telling you, sometimes when you try to contact the spirit, you can't contact them. And that could be for any number of reasons. It could be busy. It could be learning, you know, or they could be eating.
They could be eating. It's very problematic to me because it makes me ask the question, if they're eating in the afterlife, what are they eating? Are they eating chicken? Are they eating bulls? Are they eating cows? Are they eating dog? Do the Chinese people in heaven get to eat dog while the Americans that are in heaven are abhorrent to that? Are the Americans and the Chinese at war in heaven because one of them eats dog and the other one eats cow? Are the Indians disgusted by our desire to eat cow? You know, do the wars continue in the afterlife? Because what are they eating? And if they are not alive, but the chickens are alive, are the chickens then killed a second time? And are the chickens that have been killed and then they went over to the afterlife? It doesn't seem fair that God would allow the chickens to be killed on earth just to go to the afterlife to have to be killed again. And are they running around or flying around heaven trying to save their own lives? And are there people from PETA in heaven? You know, these are the various things that we have to think about. And this psychic has raised the bar here. I didn't know these things. I didn't know. Well, I was so upset over that I had to take a moment of reflection. And we had our very own Pastor Manning, who gave us an inspirational moment. Here's part of that.
You've been hanging around with Joel Osteen too much. That's your problem. You've been hanging around that old grinning preacher from down there in Houston. By the way, he doesn't grin. He just his face is like that. He's got gas. That's why he looks like that. Every time you see him, he's got gas.
So that's why Joel Osteen looks like that. Have you ever wondered why Joel Osteen has that big, huge grin on his face? I thought it was just happy. Apparently, it's because he has gas. I didn't know that. And if you'd listened to the Today's Sir Darrell radio experience, you would know it. But it's not too late. Go on over to SirDarrell.com. SirDarrell.com. Go on over. Let me find my voice that Charlie hates, because we're going to talk about Charlie in a second. Go on over to
SirDarrell.com. You know, this must really be weird to look at and listen to a video of me speaking in this voice. So I'll talk about my next segment in this voice. Since I'm talking about Charlie, and since Charlie absolutely hates this voice, then I'll use this voice in order to speak about Charlie. It only seems right, correct? It only seems fair. Charlie.
Charlie. Hey, Charlie! Hey, Charlie, wake up! Yeah, Charlie, you silly sleepyhead, wake up!
Charlie was with us, and for all of you who are watching this YouTube video right now, don't go to charliespillers.com. www.charliespillers.com. Stay the hell away from charliespillers.com. But Charlie was with us, and we talked about various things, from orgasms to earthquakes. Check it out at www.sirdarrell.com.
And lastly, one of the things that we dealt about was a mayor in Oklahoma. Oakland, Oklahoma. Well, they had a problem in Oakland, Oklahoma. They had chickens running around all over the place. Well, people didn't know what to do. So the town mayor said they should get a slingshot and kill them. However, she didn't use the word slingshot. She used the word nigger shooter. Apparently, in certain terms, the word nigger shooter means slingshot. Same damn thing. Nigger shooter, slingshot. Slingshot, nigger shooter. They're interchangeable. And so, I talked about this earlier on the show, and for all of the white people who are listening, I want you to really listen to me. I'm taking you all off the hook for racism. White people really need to get over feeling guilty about being racist. I think that it's more dangerous for white people to have to hide their expressions of racism than to let it out in the open. I prefer to deal with an outright racist any day versus one who's hiding it. It's the hiding it that's the problem. We need to create laws, like those laws that they have in Texas that you can carry your gun on your hip. You just carry your racism outside. Wear your racist shirts. It's okay. That way that when I meet you, I know. You know what I'm saying? It's for my own protection that I know what I'm dealing with. But after Charlie, I wanted to call a place very close to that sold slingshots in order to find out about this whole phenomenon. This whole nigger shooter phenomenon. And I'm going to have to where'd it go? Okay, here. Here is part of that call.
I can't help you with that term, no.
Well, let me just say the two things. First, I told them as I called that I'm in defense of this mayor. I want her off the hook for using the term nigger shooter. She didn't mean anything by it, right? She's using the term she already knows. Now, I don't know whether or not I'm more upset about the word nigger being tossed around, or whether or not I'm more upset that every time I make a phone call, people think I'm a woman. The hell is up with that? Maybe I need to...
If I called with this voice, they probably wouldn't call me ma'am.
All right, back to the nigger shooter call.
I can't help you with that term, no, ma'am.
Okay, so
I can help you with a slingshot.
Are you familiar with the term?
Ma'am, I've heard that term all my life.
Yeah.
I'm 61 years old.
Yeah, 61. I mean and that's what we're saying. We want to purchase some. How much are the nigger shooters there?
Slingshots start around $7 and go up to about 15.
Correcting me, I don't want to use the term. I told him I'm trying to get literature. Do you have any posters, billboards, placards that say nigger shooters here? He said wasn't going to work. You want to hear the whole thing? Head on over right now to www.sirdarrell.com, and while you are there, sign up and subscribe for our podcast and catch us every day at Sir Darrell.
Sir Darrell Radio Experience.
What's going on, y'all? It's them boys from the Midwest.